Hello everyone, my name is Honey Hoops and welcome back to the sweetest gaming channel around. Whether you're a new or returning viewer, it's very nice to see you. Alright y'all, so we are going in on another amazing digital circus video. The first video was a mere sample, a taste, a nibble, if you will, of what was going on in my mind, but this one we will go deeper. We will analyze these characters and some of the theories that I have on the show. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and please, if you have a chance, be sure to check out some of the art that I've done on this show in my shorts. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I hope that y'all are happy, well, and healthy, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Alright y'all, so I thought it would only be right if, before we get into this character analysis, we took a second to put ourselves in the mind space of these characters. So what I'm going to have you do is to close your eyes and imagine with me. Can you do that? Now, picture awakening in a surreal cyberspace realm, the cold grip of unfamiliarity tightening around your senses. As you glance at your hands and your feet, a disheartening revelation unfolds. This body you inhabit is not your own. Before you can grapple with this unsettling truth, you find yourself surrounded by 5 enigmatic figures, each bearing an otherworldly aura. They speak of years trapped in this digital purgatory. You desperately attempt to dismiss this as a mere dream, but your futile efforts unravel as you struggle to recall even the simplest detail of your identity. Nameless and adrift in the abyss of forgotten memories, you confront the chilling reality that your past has become an elusive phantom. Amidst the disorientation, a revelation strikes like thunder. There is no escape from this cybernetic prison. The gravity of your predicament settles in, a heavy shroud that leaves you paralyzed with the haunting question: what choice remains when every avenue is sealed and your very existence is riddled with no solution? Dum dum dum. Spooky. But I hope y'all enjoyed that. I just wanted to get everyone on the same accord and the same mental space. We are dealing with some very poor and unfortunate souls, right? So now that we are on the same level, I think it's about time we get started talking about these characters. So let's get into this analysis. It seems like when people do these analysis, they always start off with Pomni, but I'm not everyone, so I'm gonna start off with Ragatha, because she is my personal favorite. Ragatha is another character in the show with the design based off Raggedy Ann. Her appearance resembles a living rag doll with red yarn-like hair, a flat reddish triangular nose, a button eye, and a long purplish blue dress. Ragatha is described as the sweetest optimist. Her age is unknown, but she is older than Pomni. Some speculate that she is about 30 years old. She has been there the second longest to Kinger. I believe that her relaxed and sisterly demeanor has helped her to stay composed, despite her obvious fear of her situation. In the pilot, Pomni abandons Ragatha out of her determination to escape, but she shrugs it off, seeming hurt but not surprised. This leads me to believe that in her past life, she may have been a battered woman. In her opening trailer, she takes a cleaver to the head and smiles it off before twirling and placing it away. Her constant ability to dismiss abuse, her button eye, and the fact that she is a literal rag doll makes me think that she is unfortunately used to the pain and abuse. Zooble. It's a fun thing to say. Zooble. Now, I wrote up a very long and descriptive description about Zooble's body and the intricate parts, but after rereading it, I see that it barely makes any sense to me. So I will just say, simply put, Zooble has a very abstract and mixed matched body with interchanging parts that can be switched and swapped to their leisure, right? Zooble is also apparently 22 years old and is the second newest character arriving before Pomni. Zooble is based off the Memphis design and agricultural movement developed in the early 1980s, founded by Etteri Stotis. I think that's how you pronounce it. If not, I'm so sorry. And you can see some of the inspirations in some of these designs. Zooble is also apparently based off one of the pull-apart toys. It's kind of like Mr. Potato Head, and also Zolo toys, which I googled myself, and I'm like, I mean, you would literally think that Zolo toys are, I mean, wait a minute, Zooble. I mean, the theories write themselves, y'all. But anywho, in regards to Zooble's past life, I believe that they used to struggle with their identity and having a sense of control. And now Zooble regains their control by changing their appearance. Zooble even has a chest of customizable parts in their room. In their intro, you can see them get annoyed by their antenna placement, so they swap them. Maybe in life she had very little control over her life, so she expressed herself by swapping clothing, piercing, hair dye as they liked. Goose has said that Zooble was the most recent character after Pomni, so they still resist and try to make choices for themselves by denying going on adventures, changing their form, and this does lead to them being a bit unstable because regardless of their ability to change their form, they can unfortunately still be taken apart and dragged on adventures against their will, just as we see in the pilot, and this unfortunately reminds Zooble that they don't have much control over their situation and their autonomy. Oh boy. Everybody, stop slobbering. Pick your jaws off the ground. It's everybody's favorite bunny boy, Jax. I gotta say it, y'all. Don't hate me now. But Jax does not do it for me. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it don't do it, alright? I think maybe because I'm older, I'm starting to look for healthy relationships and stuff, and I've learned that personality types like Jax aren't really conducive for a healthy relationship. So, I tend to stray away from those type of people. But he's super cool. I'll give him that. He's cool in a way. And maybe if I was 16, he would have had my heart. But who even asked? Like, who asked? Why are you going on this tangent? Because I want to, and it's my channel. Girl, what? Anywho, Jax appears to be a purple-colored rabbit design in a rubber hose style. He wears fuchsia-colored overalls and yellow gloves. He has long purple ears on the top of his head, and his overall build is long and slender. Just how y'all like it, huh? He is believed to be 22 years old, being the youngest in the circus. Jax is mischievous, laid-back, egotistical, and brazenly condescending individual who lacks empathy and remorse to those around him. He's indifferent to his imprisonment within the digital circus, and Gooseworks has confirmed that no one likes Jax. Which is not hard to believe because at every opportunity he gets, he is bullying and or pranking the other residents for his own entertainment. I will put an asterisk next to he lacks remorse. I think he does have remorse and he feels empathy for the other characters. He just has a very odd way of showing it, and he strikes me as one of those people who come off kind of confident but deep down is kind of insecure and unsure of themselves and doesn't really know how to show affection. Granted, he's also 22. I'm in my 20s, early 20s, and you're still figuring out life. Not that I'm defending him, but you don't have your stuff together, right? So that could be just like a cover up for how he's feeling and like people like the troll and stuff like that. That could just be a persona that he's putting on, but deep down he's just a scared little bunny. Anywho, in his past life, I think that it's interesting that he has keys to everything, although it's never confirmed why he even has those keys. Maybe we'll learn about that later. But I can't help but think that his overall appearance kind of reminds me of a janitor. And maybe he was put in charge of maintaining the game, but has somehow gotten more access than he should have. Kinger is an Alderwood colored king chess piece. He has cartoonishly white hands detached from his body and two round, realistic eyes unevenly placed on his face. He wears a violet colored royal cloak with white fuzzy lining spotted with dark brown. Kinger is believed to be 48 or either 40 years old. I've seen both. And he has been in the circus longer than any other character, which I believe explains his behavior. Kinger is shown as erratic and paranoid, unable to commit acts of bravery. He has also seemed to have gone crazy in his time in the circus. He is implied to disassociate since he is often seen to forget the fact that people are near him and ends up getting startled by them. Kinger also seems to be interested in insects since he is shown to ramble about an insect collection at times. Now, Queenie, whose image is briefly shown in the pilot, appears to be a black queen chess piece, while Kinger is a white chess piece. We don't really know much about her, but typically in chess, the black chess piece are meant to take out the white chess piece, and vice versa. Queenie was most likely certainly not Kingy's queen, as some people like to think. Queenie was from the opposite color set to Kingy. So she's actually the greatest threat to him rather than a counterpart or a partner. Also, I'm wondering, did y'all notice that the floor of the main area in the tent is also a chessboard? I wonder what we were doing. Did there used to be more chess pieces? What happened, Caine? As far as their past life goes, I believe Kinger and Queenie were both, or either one of them were game developers or game testers, and that's why Kinger's first line is about an insect collection. We never see any actual bugs within the game, and developers often refer to bugs as an issue that causes the software to behave in ways that are neither expected by the user nor intended by the developers. So King's fascination could be rooted in his desire to keep the game working properly and to maybe even protect his friends. As far as Queenie, I believe it is possible that she abstracted during one of their collections, or that she purposely abstracted to better understand what is probably one of the largest bugs within the game. Gangle's body is primarily made up of 4 ribbons, one of them acting as both her arms and 2 as her legs, and a long ribbon in a descending spiral shape acting as her torso. Her face is a white porcelain mask with black eyes and a mouth. She is believed to be 26 years old and is inspired by Keremono from Poppy the Performer. I think I said that right, but if I didn't, here's a picture. She usually dons a smiling comedy mask, but once it gets broken, it shows a crying tragedy face. And Gangle's attitude does a 360, and as she now has no way of hiding her inner sadness. It's clear to see that Gangle may be depressed not only at her situation, but for other reasons we have yet to learn. It is important to note that Gangle is also a verb for moving ungracefully, as well as a reference to her body. As far as her past life, it's very likely that she suffered from body dysmorphia, similar to Zooble, and that she didn't have much self-confidence. We know thus far that she likes anime and drawing. Her favorite thing to draw is Caine, so perhaps Gangle was an artist or an actress expressing her hidden feelings through her work. Kaufmo. Kaufmo was a noseless clown with white skin and black button eyes. He wore a plain yellow clown suit and a blue collar and red pom-pom buttons with a matching party hat and white gloves. He had a small triangular markings around his eyes and a cartoonish red lips. Oops, wrong picture. The words exit and no way out are written all over the walls of his room, implying that his attempts to leave the digital world may have drove him mad and possibly was the reason he became abstracted. In his abstracted form, he is a black creature with 4 short, stubby legs and a long neck without a defined head. His entire body is covered with various colored eyes. According to the other characters, he liked to tell jokes and became upset when others, didn't find them funny. In his reveal, Glitch Productions referred to him as everyone's favorite jokester, which may imply that Ragatha was being honest when she said she found his jokes funny, despite not laughing at them all the time. His general positivity has been described as similar to Ragatha's and also toxically optimistic. So, in a past life, I believe that he may have been an aspiring comedian or just a dad, because you know how dads tell dad jokes and everybody's like, it's funny, but it's not funny. Maybe. I don't know. Close beside Caine, you can find Bubble. Bubble is a creation of Caine, who is just as chaotic in nature as he is. He is rather destructive, unhinged, and obnoxious at times. Some of the things he does, such as licking Pomni's vomit off the floor to clean it, even freaks out Caine. Bubble can apparently cook, which is ironic due to the fact that he, or any other character in the circus, doesn't need to eat or drink. Also because he doesn't have hands. So what's he cooking with? Caine, what's his name? Caine, actually, I don't know if many people know this, Caine actually stands for Creative Artificial Intelligence Networking Entity. So that's what Caine stands for. Who knew his name was an acronym? But Caine's head is primarily a set of floating teeth with a pair of eyeballs within it. His left eye being green, while his right eye is blue. He's dressed as a ringleader wearing a red coat with twin coattails that have gold interior, a black bow tie, matching pants and shoes, white gloves, and a black top hat atop his top jaw. He's often seen wielding a black cane topped with a gold ball. Caine is believed to be a whopping young and thriving 1,000 years old. I mean, he looks great, right? For 1,000, he looks great. Who would have guessed? I would have never guessed he was a day over 30, maybe. Goosework has stated that Caine is inspired by the supercomputer AM, the main antagonist from the 1968 short story I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, who had caused an extinction of humanity during World War III and whisked away the only 6 survivors into his complex to torture for eternity. However, she mentioned that Caine is essentially what AM would be if he was just a zany, fun little guy, instead of being a crazed sadist who embodied absolute hatred and who wasn't fully aware that his various circus games were actually harmful to his performers captive. Goosework has stated that despite his penchant for taking humans captive and tormenting them through hilariously deadly circus gaming tricks, he actually isn't evil, just obliviously mischievous. And even though he was taking people captive, he does seem to show some concern for the characters, offering them rooms, the sensation of food, and keeping their minds stimulated with the challenges. He also takes care of any abstracted characters by sending them to a cellar and keeping everyone safe from entering the void, bringing into question if Caine is truly evil or good, or just doesn't understand human mental states. Which, as Goosework said, he doesn't. He's just a fun little zany guy. So that's the end of my analysis as far as the characters go. Let me know if you have any more thoughts or theories on them, any of the characters. I'd love to hear them. And I will go back and forth with you because I love talking to y'all. Now, here are some of the theories that I have. I believe that Kaufmo may have faked his death. In my head, I heard like a boom, boom, boom. It's like, yeah, maybe. Either by placing someone who had abstracted in his own room to fake his death, or he escaped and Caine had to fake his death to make sure people didn't find out that he actually found a way out, with the latter seeming more likely, since Caine is the only one who has access to the cellar. In case you didn't know, Kaufmo is actually named after Andy Kaufman, a comedian famous for supposedly faking his own death, which kind of adds fuel to the theory. Could it be that the people who have extracted are people who actually found the exit, and the AI of the digital circus is just trying to replace the code that the avatar once had, but it messes up? Maybe. I think it's also interesting that Kaufmo, the shape of Kaufmo when he abstracts looks more like a dog. And there was a dog that was there rather than like his form, you know? So maybe it might have been that dog. He took the dog who abstracted and used that as a cover up for him as he escaped. I also think it was interesting that in the teaser we can see what might be Kaufmo's leg or some abstracted character's leg in the trailer as Caine hurries to try to find the correct background in the teaser. If that be the case, that means that Kaufmo or whoever abstracted way before the show even got started. And there's no way that Caine didn't see that leg. So when they did the intro and they were like, where's Kaufmo? He didn't show up today. That means that maybe Caine knew. Maybe Caine knew that Kaufmo had already abstracted and he was just pretending and he was going to let everybody else find it out, or he was just going to keep it in there and, you know, let it just play how it plays out. Maybe. That's my theory, and I'm sticking beside it. My other theory is that Caine was created by others higher power than him and was giving a goal of keeping the contestants entertained and sane. I think Pomni was talking about seeing an exit, and Caine brought up the whole digital hallucinations to cover up for the actual exit, hence why he seemed nervous and fiddling his fingers and looking somewhat guilty. The way I see it, Caine isn't being controlled, but was created and forced to do what his creators say. And telling the humans any bit of the truth could get him deleted, killed. So in conclusion, Caine isn't evil. He's been created for one sole purpose, to keep the truth hidden. So, they already said that. Because I do think Caine isn't completely innocent now. Now, I originally thought Caine was evil until Goosework said that he isn't. But I still find him very suspicious, and his reaction to Pomni when she talked about the exits is suspicious. So I still think that he has some malicious, maybe non-malicious, or just some odd intent or odd thing controlling him, right? So that's my other theory. And also, my last and final theory is that their digital personas were based off some trauma or struggle that they had in the outside world. The greatest example of this would probably be Ragatha, because I said that I believe she was a battered woman, but now that I think about it, she honestly could have been a mom, she could have been a daycare worker, she could have been anyone in a very caring and patient occupation. So she could have been a nurse, she could have been a teacher, just anything like that. And that's why her character is a ragdoll, because in some of those professions, You have to go through a lot. You have to take a lot. You have to be able to brush yourself off very quickly. So, yeah, that's my theory on that. And if you made it this far, I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. And if you agree, talk to me. If you don't, still talk to me. I want to talk to y'all. What do y'all think? I think this show is really interesting, and I am very proud of the Glitch team. They are almost, last time I looked, it was like 112. They are doing it. Animators are taking over, and I love that. I love that for the art community. It's great to see somebody win. A lot of people try to downplay art and its abilities and how far you can go with art. You can go very far. You just put your heart into it. So I love that for them. And I'm glad that everybody is receiving it so well. Although I can't say I'm a fan of all the not safe for work stuff. Yeah, well, it's a tangent, small tangent, but I really just wish that not everything had to be so, you know the word. I'm not gonna say the word. I just wish that some things could just be as they are. I know that everyone has their feelings, and we're all feelings. We're all feelings. We're all humans, and we're all entitled to our emotions. But sometimes it's like, man, I don't want to see XYZ in this way, you know? But maybe that's just me being old and wholesome. Maybe I need to get with the times. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. And I'm not judging anybody. If you like it, I love it. But me personally, I'm tired. But anywho, like I said, thank y'all so much. It's been very sweet hanging out with y'all. I hope y'all are doing well, staying warm, and safe. I hope that if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and safe trips and spend time with your family. If you don't have a family, I love you. I think you're wonderful, and I think you're a great person. And I think that even if you don't have a place to go to, you should buy yourself a wonderful meal, and you should watch your favorite TV show, and just think of all the things that you're grateful for in your life. The first thing you should be grateful for is yourself, because you're great and you're amazing. And you can do wonderful things if you believe in yourself. Yeah. Speed running compliments. I'm speed running y'all with compliments. Anywho, yeah, that's it. It's been very sweet hanging out with y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video again. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and do all the wonderful things you can to help my beautiful channel grow. I would surely appreciate that. We are almost at 500, y'all. It's been a jog. It's been a lovely jog. I enjoyed the journey though. And I enjoy all of y'all new people who are watching me. I enjoy all the new family members, and I'm glad to have all y'all here. And I'm grateful for y'all. But yeah. Alright, y'all. That's enough rambling for today. I hope y'all have an amazing day and an even amazing weekend. Bye. See ya.